Welcome to a new video series with me, Turtle. This series' goal is to debunk myths and stuff that pops up usually in top list videos like top 5 archaeological finds or top 10 mysterious pictures we can't explain or top 15 bullshit paranormal crap we find that we can't explain but is already debunked, so we are going to show it anyway because people are going to believe it. The idea of this series is basically just putting out and correcting a lot of the false statement that people make about certain things, events, or historical figures, and it is also about learning you, the viewer, how to source check or how to cross-check your sources, make sure they are legitimate, make sure it's not from a conspiracy theory or something like that. Really make sure that you as well can, in the future, when you see something like this, when you see an extraordinary claim, that you can yourself look up the facts on this, and maybe we can together call out the bullshit some people are pulling. This series is not about going after the creators themselves. This series is about pointing out the errors that they do, because I know some of these people are actually smart, they're not dumb, but they're really selective in the research, and sometimes I think they researched, realize that maybe this statement isn't correct, and then they just put it out anyway because, you know, it's more exciting. Yeah. Every video I make is going to be 1 or 2 topics, roughly between 20 or 30 minutes, and I hope I can keep this up for a while. I actually have a lot of topics to talk about that I have collected, so I don't think I'm gonna run out of video ideas anytime soon. Actually, like we got a couple here. The first video, which is today's video, is a video about UFOs in medieval arts, and this is a topic that usually pops up in those top lists about pictures or images or art that we can't explain. Please enjoy. Watching around on top list videos always make me both a little bit nervous and a little bit excited, because sometimes they give me a topic that I want to continue to dwell myself into. However, sometimes they also list items that I happen to know are straight out lies or parts of a bigger conspiracy theory. In this episode, I will talk about the claim of UFOs in medieval art and why it is full of shit. This idea of UFOs in art pieces from the medieval era is not entirely a new idea, and it basically comes from the ancient astronaut theory, or as it is better known for you people, maybe ancient aliens. Who could have guessed that? But before we dwell a little bit deeper into this idea, I'm gonna show you a clip and where this is used in the top list video. The name of the video is Incredibly and Mysterious and Unexplained Images Made by the channel Top 5s, Top 5s I guess. It was published May the 16th, 2015, and I will leave a link for the entire video below. And all of my claims can be found in links in the description as well, so you can fact check up on me. I also encourage you to watch this video to make sure that I am not misrepresenting him in any way.
The Madonna with Saint Giovanni. The Madonna with Saint Giovanni is a painting from the 15th century. It depicts Madonna with the infant Christ and Saint John the Baptist, and is believed to have been painted by Domenico Ghirlandaio, although the artist and the origin of the painting cannot be confirmed. The painting currently hangs in Palazzo Vecchio in Italy, and if you take a look, you can see Madonna in the front with the infant Christ and Saint John the Baptist, and a shepherd with his dog in the background. But it's not the main image that stirs up controversy and imagination, it's the spot in the sky above the lady's shoulder. On closer inspection, it appears to be a dome-shaped metallic-looking object with light spheres radiating from it, much like the traditional-looking flying saucer we know of today. And what is the man with the dog looking at? It seems he is staring in wonder at this strange object, whilst his dog appears to be barking wildly. If you look closer, you can also see what people believe is a finger coming from the sky pointing at the object. People say that many native paintings of this era were known to show glowing clouds with angels emerging from them, with adoring shepherds looking on in amazement. But what makes this photo special is that that does not look at all like a cloud, and the fact planes or anything of the sort hadn't been invented. What was the painter trying to show? Is this the artist's impression of what he actually saw in the sky all those years ago? Don't forget, this was painted in the 15th century, so if he did see something, he couldn't have taken a photo, and a painting would be the only way to show it. So many say that this is an early sighting of a UFO, and proof that aliens really do exist and have been visiting us for centuries. Due to its age and the lack of information on it, it seems you will never know the true meaning of this painting.
The idea that this segment tries to convey is that no one really knows what this picture depicts and claims it is still a mysterious picture to some degree. Top 5s also puts the idea of UFOs in your head, but then tries to protect himself a little bit with ending the segment with a shady "we might never know." Well, I do not think it is a UFO at least. This very specific painting is called Madonna with Child and Infant Saint John, and it was painted in the 15th century, and outside of this UFO circle it is a fairly unknown painting. And that is because it's a very common scene depicted here. This is the announcement scene of the birth of Christ, and this is the Bible passage that the scene is depicting. And there were, in the same country, shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over the flock at night. And lo, an angel of the Lord came upon them, and they were sore and afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear ye not, for behold, I bring good tidings and great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you was born this day in the city of David a Saviour, which is Christ the Lord. This passage can be found in the Gospel of Luke 2:8. However, Top 5 seems to know that this scene has been depicted several times in medieval and Byzantine art before, and he even shows you several examples of this in the video. And this is what ticks me off the most, I guess. He is fully aware that the disc object, that is actually a cloud, is an angel in the other pictures, and that the shepherd and his dog are receiving the news of the birth of Christ. But in this particular painting, the artist took some artistic liberty, horrifying I know, and instead of a full body angel painted a glowing cloud to represent the angel, and this is why ancient astronaut theorists think it's a UFO, because it doesn't fully resemble an angel, and that is the only thing they got going on in this case. And even though I am fully aware the Top 5s only focuses on the painting alone, the Madonna with Child with Infant Saint John, I might as well drag this whole idea of UFOs in medieval art through the mud. The reason a lot of people are even considering believing this to begin with has to do with that a lot of people do not really know about the symbolism of Byzantine and medieval art. This painting is also a famous painting for the ancient astronaut theorists to point out. In fact, all the artwork depicting the crucifixion is pretty important to them, and the main reason it is because of the two things over Jesus' shoulders on each side. Now, what can this be? For people that have studied this art style for a very long time, this is hardly a mystery. But what those two things are is pretty simple. It is the sun and the moon. As you can see in this little reel of pictures of the same art style, you can see that they sometimes have full bodies, sometimes only a face, and sometimes it's just the sun and the moon. There's nothing strange with why they have these features either, since it's said that the sun and the moon witnessed the crucifixion. It is mentioned in several passages in the Bible and in different Gospels that the sun was darkened or eclipsed by the moon at the moment of the crucifixion, which was considered a weird incident for the people of the time because Jesus was crucified during the noon. And this might explain why the sun and the moon is represented in almost all crucifixion scenes paintings. While there are several other scenes that I can point out on this topic, like the creation globe scenes and paintings where Mary gets impregnated, I think I basically proved my point. I watched Top 5s for a long time, and I do respect the work he put into a lot of his videos, but I also feel there aren't that many voices out there challenging these channels either. It is very easy for people believing in the ancient astronaut theories to take these examples and point them out as evidence, since a lot of people do not know about these paintings nor have the knowledge required to analyze their statements. So I hope this video reaches out to more people so that more people can learn about how they spread this and how channels later continue to spread this intentionally or unintentionally. I think that with this video I've been able to shed some light on the issues with these type of entries in top lists, and I hope to continue this work throughout. But before I leave you this time, I kind of want to show you how you can do some of the research for yourself anytime you hear some outrageous claims in a video. Anytime a claim comes up, take the name of the segment, for example, or the artifact they are talking about, and actually Google it and add the words debunked or hoax to it. In this way, you can in 5 minutes look up what about a topic is disputed, what is the facts, and what is the overall consensus. There is a high risk you will encounter a lot of pages that will claim things are true, but by just adding the word debunk or hoax in the search for a certain topic, you also get the facts usually from scholars that have dedicated a fair bit of their lives to a topic at hand. I can of course not tell you what to believe in the end, that is all up to you after all. All I can do is to point to my sources, and you can find them all below, including the top 5 videos that has the segment I was talking about, and I urge you to fact check me as well. So first of all, look at his video so I'm not misrepresenting him, and go check in my sources too to see that I'm not lying or just throwing links out there to make it look good. And with that, I just want to say thank you everyone for watching this video. It took a little longer to make it than I estimated, I think, but I will see you guys in the next video.